Taurus, welcome to your mid-April 2022 general tarot reading. It's Rena here, trying to all this water. Why all this water? I just got this new tripod and it's really giving me an angle that is much more, you can see the cards better, so I'm happy about that for sure. Okay. The heart of the matter is the Four of Cups. This is a card, you can see the woman, she has a pensive expression on her face. Cups are water signs and water energy. So the cups that connect with astrology are the water signs. So your opposite sign is Scorpio. There's also Cancer, and there is Pisces. But this card is a card of dissatisfaction. So whether it's somebody in your life that is not quite, enthusing you much anymore for whatever reason, or your life as a whole. Maybe you're feeling dissatisfied with your path where you've been going in your life. I mean, this is part of life, and this is actually what leads to people being able to change things that they don't like. If somebody is kind of like, I don't know, they're satisfied with their life, but there's just such a inertia, they can just stay in that pattern, especially a Taurus person, for many, many years, but they don't have that sense of enthusiasm. So I think that's one of the pitfalls of Taurus sometimes, is that you might be easily amused and then you stay in a rut. I have Taurus rising, so I get that. I mean, when you're not miserable and you're just kind of like in this zone, you might not be growing very much. You might just be kind of stagnant. And that, speaking of growing, we have in the past position the Eight of Wands in the reversed position. So this is that sense of like coming to a grinding halt. Like maybe something you were getting started and then you kind of fizzled out, petered out. Why did that happen? Well, a lot of times what happens is the person comes across some kind of an obstacle and they cave, or they decide that they're not going to pursue it anymore. And then what happens is they go back to their old comfort zone. Now this year and part of next year, you're going to have to face, I don't know if the eclipses this year are the final eclipses in Taurus and Scorpio. I know that there are going to be some in Aries and Libra next year, but in terms of your sign, I know for sure in 2022 you're having these eclipses, and these are change agents. So whether you like it or not, these things can, shake up your comfort zone. But even if that's the case, you may still, like when things change, some people then they double down and they're like holding on. They call that white knuckling it, they just want to keep everything as it is. Even if they were feeling like the Four of Cups and feeling very dissatisfied. So you have to be willing to initiate new things or accept new things that are coming in and continue with them, even when you feel a bit of discomfort. The higher message is the Knight of Cups. And so, like, for instance, in love, you are looking for this kind of person, romantic, gentle. Look at that. I think that's like a unicorn. I don't know. It's like a horse, I guess, the white knight. on a horse in the background. It kind of looked like a unicorn horn. But that's the kind of vibe that you're looking for, but you can't find it if you are settling. So don't settle, and make space for that kind of person in your life. Because there is a lot of cups energy around you, so that is about the emotions. I could definitely talk about relationships, but I wouldn't be surprised if for some of you this does have to do with the type of work that you do, because we do have the Queen of Pentacles. And in addition to that, even though cups are related to emotions, your feelings, which the Four of Cups of dissatisfaction, can certainly be true when you are in the workplace and doing work that doesn't really align with you anymore. Maybe at one time it was really what you wanted to do, but now you have changed, and you have to admit that to yourself rather than just muscling through it if it's not where you're at. What crosses you is the King of Cups. There could be a person in your life. Sometimes this might be a father, but this person may act like they're caring about you. I'm assuming this is sometimes an authority figure that is trying to act like they have your best interests at heart, but they may be engaging in kind of that low-key manipulation in some way that is planting down in your mind. So if you have a partner that is not supportive of your dreams, then you have to really look at that, because that person might be sabotaging you in a very subtle way and getting you to kind of be discouraged. If you're unhappy with your life and someone in your life that is important to you, and this could include a father, I'm reading this as a male energy, but of course that's, it all depends on your, whatever it is that you're dealing with in your personal life. I mean, if you don't have a father in your life, it could be a mother who has been like a father, or even a partner, and they are not supportive of your dreams, and that can mean that you are kind of feeling all by yourself, like you have to support yourself. And I'm talking about emotionally, the person that that is presenting themselves in this compassionate light might be kind of like not present for you, or you realize that they never have been. And you're, sometimes to me that King of Cups can be the authority figure that you think has your best interests in heart. They can position themselves that way. And so you're trying to be what they want you to be, and you realize that you can't do that anymore. And it's not just somebody who's 22 and just graduated from college and realizes they don't want to pursue the career, the major that they had. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about, it could be, but I'm also talking about the person who's in their 40s and has been not leading an authentic life. And what does that mean to you? What's coming in is a Strength card, and this is a card that's associated with Leo. And it's funny, there's like a heart, because it's like kind of a self-love to me first and foremost. But it's so inner strength, confidence, and being able to forge your own trail, even if you've been dealing with people who want you to conform to what they believe is good in life or important in life, that you're able to do what you came here to do, which is your mission. It's nobody else's mission. And even if you love someone, you have to do what you feel called to do. That's not being selfish. That's being in tune with your spirit. Another thing too is that you realize that it's going to take strength. Maybe that's one of the things. It's going to take strength for you to have the guts to do whatever the Four of Cups needs you to do. Whether it's leave a relationship, whether it's leave a job, whether it's, maybe it's not that you have to leave a job. Maybe you just need to express your dissatisfaction with your job and say, I need more creative freedom or more independence from having, I need to work from home half of the time, whatever it is that is on your heart. The outcome is the Queen of Pentacles, and you see that the woman, this is really an interesting depiction of the Queen of Pentacles with those antlers, and they are made out of twigs because this is a very earthy card. This is Taurus's card in a way. I don't know if it's specifically tied to Taurus, but it is that embodiment of the earth element, but also the Queen represents the water, so it's the water and the earth. And the reason that I think that is significant is because it is deriving that spiritual healing from the earth element. And this also pertains to your home environment. So you might be working from home. You might, if you are a mother, or it could be a father too, could be working, it could be a stay-at-home parent. This can be that you have some sort of project that involves the home, like gardening. I really associate with the Queen of Pentacles. And you might say, well, what the heck does this have to do with the rest of the reading if you're talking about gardening? But it's really about grounding. It's really about getting back to the basics of what is really important. And there's a spiritual component in all of that, because you realize that you hold the key. You plant the seeds. And yeah, that's right. At the end of April, we're going to have a second new moon in April, and it will be a solar eclipse in your sign, Taurus. So that will be those major seeds being planted of the new solar cycle for you when the sun goes into your sign in the second half of April. This is supposed to be for the first half of April. So, being aware of the seeds that you want to plant for the upcoming 12 months, where you might see a lot of changes in your life. And they can be quite exciting, but they can be kind of daunting too, because you may feel this sense of like, oh my gosh. It's kind of like the Eight of Wands in the reversed position, the sense of like, being on an amusement ride and you can't make it stop, and it's like, this is going too fast for me. But it's really not. It's really like, if you allow things to go as they should, and if you acknowledge where you are dissatisfied, and you welcome the universe to help you to get out of a rut, you might be surprised at the beautiful gifts that come in. And the Queen of Pentacles is asking you to ground yourself, to enjoy the comforts around you, especially, I would say, the natural ones that speak to your element of earth that you resonate so well with. And that can keep you very grounded as you have all these changes come into your life. Okay, Taurus, that's what I have for you. I hope that this resonated. If you would like a private reading, the link is below. Take care. Bye.